In this short video tutorial, I'm going to explain and show you how to use the snooze option in Outlook Online. Now this one is particularly useful if you receive a lot of emails on a daily basis, not all of which are really important and need to be actioned there and then. So let's say, for example, I have received this email this evening. I maybe don't want to deal with this right now because there are some other emails in my inbox which are a little bit more important. What I don't want to do is I don't want to just leave it sitting there because maybe I will forget about it and maybe I like to keep the inbox nice and neat. I don't want to grab it and drag it into, for example, this archive folder and then go back into it later on because I might forget it was there and I may end up deleting it. So let's just pop it back into the inbox. So instead, what we can do is we can make use of the snooze option. Now the way that snooze works is it will basically take the email and it will move it into a folder called snoozed, which you can see down here, and it will live there until the time and date has arrived that you want it to be unsnoozed, and then it will reappear in your inbox. So to demonstrate this, if I take this email here, I can either click on it by left clicking and then click on the snooze button at the top here, or what I can do is I can right click and go to snooze, and you'll see there are some options here. Now you'll also notice when we hovered over snooze here that it says that we can hide this message until a later time by pressing the B key, B for Bravo. So if I click on the email and press B, then you'll see the snooze options actually show up here. So it's a little bit of a quick command. So we can choose to snooze this email until 11 o'clock tonight. There's a default there of Sunday, so tomorrow at 8 AM. We can also do it this weekend, so Saturday at 10 o'clock, which is 10 AM next Saturday, or we could just look at next week. If none of these suit your needs, you can also choose a date. So let's say, for example, I'm okay with snoozing this one until 11 o'clock tonight, which is about 2 hours and 10 minutes from now. I can click on later today, and that email looks like it has disappeared, but you will notice within the snooze folder, there's a little number 1 next to it. So that email is actually now in here, and you'll see it's snoozed until 11 o'clock. So when 11 o'clock arrives, this email will be removed from the snooze folder and it will make its way back to the inbox up here. So if we jump back down to the snooze folder, if I've decided that actually I don't want to snooze this just now, I can right click and I can go back down to snooze, and you'll see there is the option at the bottom to unsnooze it. If I unsnooze it, it will take it out of the snooze folder and put it back into my inbox. And you'll notice it's also still marked as unread. So you can see here it's in bold, so it hasn't marked it as read, it's still left it as unread. Now if we right click and go back down to snooze, you'll see we can then go into here and choose a different time or date. So if 11 o'clock wasn't quite convenient for me, I'm going to go to choose a date, and this allows me to set a custom time and date to unsnooze this message. So we are going to choose Saturday, which is just now. We're going to say instead of 8:50, we're going to choose 9 o'clock. And then we're going to hit save. So it's going to jump out of the inbox, and then as I said at 9 o'clock, essentially what will happen is it automatically will jump back into the inbox, but we're just going to do this manually just now, so unsnooze it, and at 9 o'clock it would reappear like this. So if you're somebody who just likes to have a little bit of a less cluttered inbox, but you don't want to delete emails, you just want to be reminded of them perhaps a little bit in a few days time or a few hours time, then you can use the snooze option to temporarily snooze those emails, and then they'll reappear in your inbox at that time on that particular date. So hopefully you have enjoyed that video tutorial and it has been useful. If it has, please do hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to show your support, and make sure you check out the other video tutorials I have, of which there are nearly 300. If you have any questions or comments about anything that I've covered in this video, then please do drop them below, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.